She deserves all of the titles she has been given, for she is the queen. She is the crown princess. She is Lady Soul. She is the unbelievable Aretha Franklin.
Aretha, at her peak, I think, may have been the greatest vocalist that we've ever had in popular music.
You could arguably say that's a feminist anthem from that time. And it was like that woman could take anything and transcend the immediateness of maybe what you might think the lyric was about. But Respect was just a love song.
I love to sing. It's just a natural thing for me.
Aretha Franklin is one of the greatest vocalists in the history of music. She is the undisputed queen of soul.
Whatever she sings, I think that she is one of the most original sounding vocalists of our day.
Born in Memphis and raised in Detroit, she was the daughter of one of the most influential preachers in America. Her rare talent would come to the surface in 1956 at the age of 14 when she recorded Precious Lord. It would herald the arrival of one of the greatest singers of the 20th century.
I think that my dad felt that I was gifted or uniquely talented as a child, yes. He would coach me in different things. He would give me different records to listen to and to see if I could emulate them on the piano, different vocalists to listen to. And just my natural love for music is what drove me.
Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire was an ardent fan.
Everyone knows that her roots comes from the church where her father was a pastor, a well-known Reverend Franklin.
Yeah.
And so just hearing her sing anything from opera to gospel to, you know, whatever she sings, I think that she is one of the most original sounding vocalists of our day.
The multi-Grammy award-winning jazz singer Gregory Porter was influenced by the Queen of Soul from an early age.
She exemplifies what is that solo gospel singer. I mean, it is to embody the experience or the lyric that she's singing about. This voice and this sound isn't just meant for the church. It's meant for the world. It's meant to come out of the brick and mortar that is the church, you know.
Singer, songwriter, and actor John Legend grew up listening to the music of Aretha.
Aretha, at her peak, I think, may have been the greatest vocalist that we've ever had in popular music. The Amazing Grace recordings are some of the best gospel music that we've ever heard, too, so Aretha could get that title as well.
American vocalist and member of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue, P.P. Arnold, was inspired to take up a career in music after hearing Aretha sing when she was a young girl.
Oh, God, bow down to Aretha. She is like my, the first time I heard my influence for wanting me for singing, I first heard her gospel when she was 12 years old. I was about, 7.
Wow,
so that's my first experience of Aretha as a young girl.
In the early 60s, she would move delicately away from her gospel background to move to New York to start a pop career.
I've still got to find out who and what I really am. I don't know yet. I'm trying to find the answer.
Here is writer, singer and actress Pauline Black of The Selector.
I think as well that she was quite torn between whether she should stay within, the church because of her father and everything, being a reverend. And I think she trod that path really, really well and took all the best things from the church.
Now listen here, girls. I'm going to tell you what I want right now. I want a rock lover. I want a man.
After a short spell at Columbia Records, Franklin signed to Atlantic Records in 1966, where she would work with one of the most important producers in music, Jerry Wexler. In January of 1967, Aretha and Jerry would decamp to Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Aretha felt right at home and would produce her first real pop salvo, Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You.
You're no good, heartbreaker. You're a liar and you're a cheat.
Moving back to New York to work, Aretha would record an impromptu version of a song written and performed by Otis Redding. Franklin's version of Respect is arguably her greatest musical achievement.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, do you know I got it too? All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Just a little bit, hey, baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit, mister, just a little bit. I ain't gonna do you wrong.
The recording turned Aretha Franklin into a global superstar. She was the most successful singer of the year, and back home in Detroit, she was given the freedom of the city.
And whereas Detroit is proud of its native daughter, and whereas she's everybody's soul sister, therefore I, Jerome P. Kavanaugh, Mayor of the City of Detroit, do hereby proclaim Friday, February the 16th as Aretha Franklin Day.
Aretha, on behalf of the editors of Cashbox and its publisher, George Albert, I take great pleasure in presenting to you the Cashbox Achievement Award for 1967. You finished first in singles, first on albums, and first in rhythm and blues.
Aretha has had over 100 chart-selling singles and is the most charted female in history. She is one of the best-selling musical artists of all time, having sold over 75 million records worldwide. Franklin has also won 18 Grammy Awards.
This year's winner, Miss Aretha Franklin. Nothing like that.
This is so good I could kiss David Bowie. I'd like to, I mean that in a beautiful way, because we did. And let the church say, Ema.
Ain't no way for me to love you.
Here is singer-songwriter Rufus Wainwright.
Aretha is the greatest ever female vocalist of all time. I mean, she's right up there with Maria Callas. Yeah, and there's really, it's kind of like looking at the Mona Lisa and saying, you just have to sit there and look at it.
If you won't let me give all of me.
Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones.
Her voice is one of the great natural instruments I've ever heard, and the way she uses it is just so instinctive and so beautiful. She knows exactly what she wants.